Now it's time to build our foundation. Before we build features, before we build AI assistants, before we build admin panel or any features, we must build confidence. And confidence comes from clarity. If your foundation is strong, your project will never confuse you. If your foundation is weak, even smaller things will feel complicated. And today we are going to build that foundation. Today we understand MVC. MVC is how Laravel organizes the code, and MVC stands for Model View Controller. This is not just theory, this is the backbone of Laravel. This is how professional applications are structured, and this is how our AI assistant project is structured as well. If you understand this clearly, you will feel confident reading any Laravel project. So let's talk about model first. Model is a layer which sits very close to your database. It knows about your data. It knows about how to fetch the data from your database, how to save it, and how to update it. But it doesn't know anything about your design. So we can basically say that model is a brain of your application. So we can write some key points as well here to remember the things. It's a brain of your application. It holds the information about your database, and this is a layer which we can say it is very close to our database, that knows how to get the results from the database, how to save, how to update, and things like that. Maybe delete as well. Now coming to controller. Controller receives a request. Think of it like a traffic police. User sends a request, controller grabs it, and it decides which model should I need to use, what data should I get, which view should I need to return. So it connects everything together. So think of it like a decision maker. So in general, if we understand, if controller wants, it can be able to communicate with model. Now model has the superpowers to interact with the database, and in return model return back the response to the controller. Now controller decide what it have to do. There are various things the controller can do in our application, like getting user details, sending emails. So all the decision making things the controller has to take the action. Now after that, as a decision maker, controller can be able to pass back to the information to our beautiful views. Now views are nothing, they are just a graphical user interface of our application, in which there are lots of stuff we are going to do in our application as well. This is the high level representation of the model view controller. Okay, let's take one more example with the user flow so that our foundation are super solid. So let's suppose someone is typing www.xyz.com/blogs, and in return the browser returns cool UI in which the blogs are coming up. Right, so this is how usually a website render blogs. Okay, let's try to understand this in a MVC way. So when a user types an address in Laravel, we have a route file. First, user requests come up into the route file, and the route file has the definition. Like for a particular route, what we have to do, what controller method we have to call. So it is the first initial point. After checking into the route file, route basically redirect a request to the appropriate controller. For example, in our case, we have a block controller. Now the block controller have the responsibility to check, do we need some blocks to display onto the UI? If yes, block controller redirect the request to model, and in return model queries our database and return the blocks to back to the controller, and the controller now has the superpowers to redirect that request onto our view, and view returns all the blocks. So this is the general flow how MVC pattern talks and communicates.